Israel has crossed a red line. In the dead of night, Netanyahu's regime launched a brazen attack on Iran, striking civilian areas, nuclear facilities, and killing top military officials. This was not self-defense. This was an act of war. A desperate gamble by a rogue state drowning in global condemnation for its genocide in Gaza. Let's be clear, Israel claims it acted to stop a nuclear threat. But where is the evidence? Iran's nuclear program is under constant IAEA inspection. Israel, on the other hand, has spent decades hiding its own illegal arsenal. An estimated 80 to 400 warheads built in secret with help from the US and France. No inspections, no accountability, just hypocrisy. Netanyahu calls this a preemptive strike. Sound familiar? It's the same lie used to invade Iraq in 2003. The same lie used to justify slaughter in Gaza. And now, the same lie is being weaponized to drag the world into another catastrophic war. Why now? Because Israel is losing the narrative. For months, global outrage over Gaza has reached a boiling point. Streets from Paris to Rome are flooded with protests. Even Western media can no longer ignore the genocide. So Netanyahu did what he always does. He escalated. He needs a new villain. He needs Iran to retaliate so he can cry victim and beg for US bombs to bail him out. Make no mistake, this attack was coordinated with Washington. Just days before, the US evacuated military personnel from the region. They knew what was coming. Trump claims he wasn't involved, but history tells another story. This is the same administration that tore up the Iran nuclear deal for no reason. The same president who greenlit Israel's annexation of Palestinian land. Now the world waits to see how Iran responds. Will they fall into Netanyahu's trap? Or will they expose Israel's crimes to the world? One thing is certain. This attack proves Israel is the real nuclear threat in the Middle East. While Iran submits to international inspections, Israel operates in the shadows, armed to the teeth with weapons of mass destruction. The question isn't whether Iran has a right to defend itself. The question is, when will the world finally hold Israel accountable? When will we demand inspections of Dimona? When will we sanction Israel for its illegal nuclear program? The double standards must end, because if any other nation behaved like Israel, bombing embassies, killing civilians, flouting international law, they would be pariahs. Yet Israel gets rewarded with more weapons, more funding, more impunity. This isn't just about Iran. This is about ending the cycle of violence that Israel fuels across the region. From Gaza to Lebanon to Syria, Netanyahu's regime brings only bloodshed and instability. The world cannot afford another war, especially one started by a desperate man trying to escape justice for his crimes. The mask has slipped. Israel isn't fighting for survival. It's fighting to preserve its apartheid regime. And with this reckless attack, Netanyahu may have just signed his own political death warrant. The world is watching. History will judge. And no amount of propaganda can hide the truth forever. The dust has barely settled from Israel's reckless attack, yet the consequences are already unfolding. Oil prices are skyrocketing as global markets react to the instability. The United Nations Security Council has called an emergency meeting, though we all know how this will play out. The US will veto any meaningful action against Israel, just as it has done for decades. But this time feels different. The world is no longer buying Israel's narrative. Social media is flooded with images of the destruction in Tehran, burning buildings, injured civilians, and the bodies of children pulled from rubble. These scenes look hauntingly familiar to what we've witnessed in Gaza for months. The pattern is undeniable. Israel's violence follows the same brutal blueprint wherever it strikes. What makes this attack particularly dangerous is its timing. Just days before, diplomatic channels between the US and Iran were active. Negotiations were ongoing. There was dialogue, but Israel cannot tolerate peace. It thrives on conflict. A stable Middle East, where nations resolve differences through diplomacy rather than bombs, is Netanyahu's worst nightmare. His entire political survival depends on maintaining a state of perpetual war. Now the Western media is setting the stage for the next act. Watch closely as they frame Iran's inevitable response as unprovoked aggression. Ignore the fact that Israel struck first. Ignore the civilian casualties. Ignore the violation of international law. The script is being written before our eyes. Iran will be cast as the villain, while Israel, the actual aggressor, plays victim once again.